Joining us now. Sam, a busy off season for you. Congratulations on getting married.
Congratulations.
It was a lot of fun.
That, yeah.
We just went from one guy who got engaged to one guy who got married.
You're going to have to give Peyton some pointers then.
He's been asking. I've been giving little helpful tricks and trades. Just say yes. Really.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do, right?
That's it. So, it was a great summer. We had a great time. The wedding went well, and the honeymoon was even better. So, it was great.
Well, it looked like a lot of the guys had fun dancing at the wedding. We got some stuff from Luke Cornett. We got to ask him about his dance moves, but he's pretty skilled on the dance floor, right?
He may or may not have done a cornet contest on the dance floor.
No, he didn't.
That's
sweaty
Just
Luke Cornett.
completely drenched.
Hey man, we're having a good time. I'm glad they let loose a little bit.
You guys got headbands on. Look at that.
Can you please tell me, because I will never know this, what is it like having Luke Cornett at your wedding?
It was great. Yeah, he was a lot of fun, good energy. He seemed to have some gravity about him, and people just flocked to him. So it was pretty fun.
That sounds like Luke Cornett. That sounds like Luke Cornett.
So it was great.
Hey, listen, Bus One's going to look a little different this year, huh?
Yeah.
That was a sad face that just dropped upon you in the moment, but
we may have lost the captain, So, but we're gonna, me, Peyton, Luke, we'll carry it on. It won't get lost. So,
how do you adjust? Who else do you think's going to be in the crew this year?
Time will tell. We'll see. There's no open invitation. You kind of have to earn it. You got to be consistent.
There's an initiative.
It's a fraternity, right? It's like a fraternity. Yeah,
exactly. So we'll see. Time will tell.
Is Luke going to come up with a new Bus One Boys song, or do you think that's...
If he can come up with a sequel to that song, it'd be impressive, but I don't know if he can.
We wanted to send it out publicly, but we couldn't because there's copyright concerns.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
we can get a hold of that band and just say...
Maybe. That's got to come out of your guys' paycheck, not mine.
Let's get to some basketball. How excited are you about, especially after the news yesterday? It's always tough when teammates get traded. 3 teammates got traded, guys that have been here for a long time. So that's the tough part of the business. But getting a guy like Drew Holiday, how excited were you when you found that news out, and how excited are you about this upcoming season?
Yes. I mean, to your point, it's the toughest part of the business is losing. You build friendships and relationships with these guys. So thanks to Marcus, Grant, Rob, and Malcolm for all they did for us for the last couple of years, so that I've been here at least. But it's exciting to get Drew here. Championship DNA. He got a ring with Milwaukee. He's tenacious on defense. And I think he's really going to fit well with what we do offensively too. So we're really excited to have him. And
Why do you think he's going to fit well with what you guys do offensively?
I think he played really well with the Bucks. Maybe not as like the second option, but as like the third option with Middleton and Giannis. And I think he provided a calming presence out there with them. And I think he's going to bring that to us, making winning plays, making tough buckets when we need them, getting stops on defense. That's kind of what he's known for. So he's one of the best in the league at that. So I think it's going to be a seamless transition.
We talk about Drew there. We're going to talk about Sam now. All right. We've seen your growth and ascension since you got here, obviously starting with the G League team, coming up here, and then last year, I think you played in about 80 games last year, right? So it's quite the growth process that you've gone through. But what's the next step in your development that we need to see this year, or we will see this year?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just getting better all around as a player. I think there's room for improvement in a lot of areas, and that's like any player. I feel like you can never not be getting better at basketball. I think there's so many aspects to it that you can get better at. So, I worked really hard this offseason to get better, and I'm excited to show it here coming up in a week.
Specifically, what were you working on to get better?
Yeah, I mean, building off of defense, I do need to get better in isolation situations. I think I did show.
Come on.
I showed growth last year. The first half of the year, it was
led the
work in
league
progress,
in defensive rating, my friend.
Well, so what do you think that your issue was? Was it what you were working on? How do you get better in that, in your one-on-one defense, besides watching film and preparation? What did you do to work on that?
Yeah, so I had a tendency to kind of I had happy feet almost. So I think just quieting my feet down, especially when guys are getting into multiple moves and changing directions. So quieting my feet down, giving myself a better chance to stay in front. And then offensively, really just being more aggressive and taking shots that maybe I would have passed up last year. I think that's a big thing, and expanding my game as well. Obviously a three-pointer is kind of where it starts, but I'm able to do other things as well. Playing in a DHO or a ball screen situation, getting downhill, making the right play, either it's a pass or a finish or something like that. So I think just expanding my game a little bit.
We just had Peyton on, and he said kind of the guys, he feels that they're locked in. You guys are ready to work. I know you guys have been here early getting ready. What have you seen from the group?
Yeah, I mean, Joe, he was happy to see all of us in the gym a couple weeks before training camp, which is, I don't know if it's a common thing around the NBA, it might be, but the competitiveness level when everybody was back has been at a different level in my time in Boston. So it's been pretty special to have everyone around and building chemistry early, and I think everyone's just ready to get going.
Anyone in particular that's kind of set that tone of competitiveness?
Honestly, I think it started from the jump. There was young guys in early August. Me and Peyton came in mid-August, and then guys have been trickling in every week. So I think everyone who's been there has maintained it and even raised the level. And I think when Jason and Jalen got back, those guys are able to bring up the level of intensity and competitiveness just by them being there. So I think that's good for everyone.
How are you seeing them already kind of lay that foundation?
Just their daily work habits. They show up, they're professional, they get their work in. They test others. They try to get others out of their comfort zone, I guess, which is good for a player, and that only gets you better. So iron sharpen iron.
We all know that Joe, from the offensive side, he really emphasizes the three-point line, and all Brad did this offseason was add a ton more three-point shooting to what was already here. You guys, I mean, it's across the board, really. Almost every player that's going to be in the rotation can really shoot it from downtown. What do you expect the post-practice competitions are going to be like this season?
Yeah, it's probably going to be very competitive. Some shooting drills, it sounds like. But no, I think it was great. We obviously added some pieces that are definitely going to help what we were trying to do, and time will tell throughout the season, but I think it's going to be a really, really fun season.
But for you in particular, I did want to ask, there's competition there for you to get those minutes. You've been in that situation before. You earned them last season. You've got Svi that coming in this year, a lot of similar skill set to you. Why do you embrace that coming to you, that you've got to battle and earn this?
I mean, it's just kind of been my whole life. Real blue-collar family. Parents worked really hard to get to where they're at now, and just seeing that as a young kid, and now it's my profession. They did that in their profession. Now it's my turn to put the work in and really earn everything you can get. So because nothing's given in this league for sure. So I think every day is a constant battle.
So who would you say is the best shooter on the team? Because we got a lot of guys that can stroke that thing.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, me.
That wasn't the question though. You're a great shooter. Where's your spot?
Anywhere on the court.
Yes.
That's my guy. That's what I'm talking about.
I learned from last year.
Svi failed that question about a half hour ago. So.
Well, now he knows. Now he knows.
Yes. But speaking of anywhere on the court, when you walk in the gym, last couple games last season, you came out and you played at a really high level. I mean, what was the rhythm that you were in at that time? And you talked about doing things other than just shooting. You showed it during those couple games.
Yeah, I mean, some guys weren't playing, which provided opportunities for guys like me and Peyton and Luke to play more minutes and kind of take on a little bit of that load. So I think it was, that provides a little bit of confidence to do more of what you know what to do. So I think that played into it, and just really just enjoying the game and being present, being where my feet were, and just having fun out there. I think that plays a big part of it too.
Last one before we let you go. I know you worked on your game this off season. What about your golf game? How much golf did you get in?
I played a lot before the wedding, and then ever since the wedding happened, it's maybe I think I played 2 or 3 times. So
well, you had your priorities straight then, right?
But leading up to the wedding, it was on a good trajectory, I will say.
How many times a week were you playing?
Probably 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of golf.
It was good.
What was your best score?
This year, I think I shot my best score this year was 75. So
nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's about 25 strokes better than me.
Well, Sam, thank you so much.
Thanks
we
for having me.
appreciate it.
Good luck.